Back on the MSG 150 at home presented by Chase, Bill Pito and Alan Hahn, and it is our pleasure to welcome in former Giants coach Tom Coughlin. Now, Coach, we were on time, but I don't know if we were 5 minutes early, so are we all good?
We're good. As a matter of fact, we probably were 15 minutes early, but that was a good thing. That was a good thing. I'm glad we hooked it up for, early.
Where did Coughlin Time come from?
Over the years, it just developed for me. We're all aware of Lombardi time and that type of thing. But, I just felt like we needed to have a symbol that meant, we want to go to work. We want to be a part of getting started early, gathering information, doing the best we can, sending the right message about our job. How important our job is to us and how important it is for us to be there with the right attitude. So that's where it evolved from.
I've talked to several of your former players, and it's amazing the way they can still recite a lot of your principles and sayings, and of course the discipline of being on time and whatnot. And that really was the foundation of your coaching. And I know, while you were coach with the Giants, you worked with a lot of veteran players to help be part of leadership. You had to make some changes at times as well, as they've always talked about. But as we look at the next generation of players, and I wonder, as we're seeing it not just in the NFL, but in all sports, is that type of discipline and that type of coaching, can it still be effective with new athletes, do you think?
Well, I really believe it can, but I also understand you've got to do a great job of presenting it to them and making them understand why, and and perhaps going back and looking at some of the tremendous accomplishments that have been made, in our business and in all kinds of businesses, whereby the standards were difficult and the player was pushed to be the very best that he can be. If you are helping a player to be the best that he can be, that's when they are going to join and buy in. And I think, one of the great stories is, Michael Strahan, I'm 3 minutes early, 2 minutes late, kind of that story. Remember that? Michael watches 10 minutes ahead. He's one of the great entertainers in our country today. He's on everything. And he's 10 minutes ahead. So Michael, kind of took this concept and even went further with it.
Coach, we know you're very involved in the Tom Coughlin Jay Fund Foundation. We want to remind everyone that they can get involved by texting JayFund to 243-725. You had a virtual event last weekend. Tell us how it went for you.
Well, the interesting part about all this is we're celebrating our 25th year. Wow. The Jay Fund Foundation is celebrating its 25th year. So we had all kinds of thoughts about how we would celebrate this. And the feature event from the very beginning was our Celebrity Golf Classic. And it was to be held May 17 and 18. And now the pandemic becomes a reality for the world, not just for our country, but for the world. So we thought about this for a while, and it is golf, et cetera, et cetera. But the Jay Fund could not ever put anyone in jeopardy. So we decided that the golf was going to be out. And the festive event the night before was always a big feature as well. So we decided that we would do a virtual event because they've been going on, virtual events have been going on, and very successfully. So last Sunday night at 7:30, we went on with our live performance. And I have to tell you, our celebrity friends were fabulous. I mean, they really were. And there's all kinds of them. And I wouldn't want to leave anybody out. But, Jay Monahan did a great job. Andy Reid was on. Troy Aikman, a lot of our friends were on. And it just spoke well. And the Jay Fund team did a great job. But what really, really we're all about is our mission is to be there for families who are tackling childhood cancer. And we've always been a practical operation. Put food on the table, pay for your mortgage, pay for your lights, pay gas bills, get you to and from the hospital, and then create atmospheres for people to have fun. Parents and children can have a good time. Our earnings from Sunday night were $467,000, wow, which gives us a chance to meet our obligations because we're going to continue to have to help. Now, this has struck the Jay Fund families very hard, as you can imagine. We have 55% more requests at this time this year than we had a year ago. So that's why we have to work hard in some way, shape, and form. Use some imagination and, follow along with this virtual business. And thank God, our wonderful sponsors and friends, and that's what it is. It's people who have been with us for all 25 years have helped us be able to be there for these families.
It's something with coaching and with playing and obviously with this, you always have to find a way, whatever the hurdle is, you find a way, and you certainly continue to do that. And, come October, there's the Champions for Children Gala. Can you tell us about that and what the plans are there?
Well, we have not changed anything just yet. We will have a very important phone call next week about what we are to do there. I'm sure it won't be presented in the same way, but nevertheless, we're excited about it. It's our 15th Champions for Children. We started it when I was in New York, and we wanted, again, to spread our wings and help families who have a child with cancer. And so this would be our 15th. Eli Manning has agreed to be an honoree. Jimmy Dunn from the financial world has agreed to be an honoree. Lisa Franz Kennedy from NASCAR is another honoree. It's a knock the ball out of the park group of honorees. So we're hoping we can function. But we'll adjust again, and we'll do the right thing. And we've been supported wholeheartedly all these years by the New York Giants. The Mara and Tisch family have been fantastic, and I'm sure they will be involved again.
I want to remind everyone to get involved. Text JayFund to 243-725. Coach, you mentioned Eli Manning. What made your relationship with him so special?
He's a special young man in many different ways. His personality, his ability to have fun, his acceptance by, the offensive line, and you know how those guys are. They're always busting each other's chops. Well, he fit right in with that. And I don't know if there's ever been a better big play quarterback than Eli Manning, and what he's been able to accomplish with regard to Super Bowls and big games and that type of thing. And so I've just enjoyed working with him. His parents, obviously, the three young men that represent their family, they've done a fabulous job with that. And so I'm very respectful of the way that, that Olivia and Archie have raised their sons. And I think it even made us closer.
And this time without live sports, what we're seeing is we're watching the old games and reliving some things. And there's a whole generation that might not have seen Eli in his prime, your teams winning championships when they did, and other players. And, that's the fun part, is watching them over and maybe seeing things you didn't see before. You watched tons of film. I'm sure you've watched back games, but have you had a chance to maybe take in a classic game or two, and what have you seen?
Well, right before Easter, there was, you probably remember, Super Bowl 42 was on a couple of times. It was actually on Easter Day. I just wanted to make sure that David Tyree made that catch. So I went back and looked at it again. And it was a lot of fun watching that. It really was. It brought back fabulous memories. But, the things that, how a coach is, one of the things I loved the most about Super Bowl 42 and that run was when you look back, along with the show, the game itself, Fox had the game and their experts were all on. From the first playoff game on, nobody picked us to win. Not one game, not in Tampa. No way. No way in Dallas. They beat us twice. No way was the Giants going to beat Dallas. And they certainly can't beat Favre in Green Bay. There's no way. They're going up there and it's minus 27. How can they win? They can't win. And they can't beat the Patriots. There's no way. Jimmy Johnson picked the score. You remember 34-14 or something like that. And every one of them was wrong every time. As a matter of fact, I got chastised for playing our starters against New England in Week 17. You remember that one? They're going for it. And my whole point was, hey, fellas, we're the New York Giants. And there's no way history is going to look back at this and say that the Giants didn't put their best foot forward against a team that was vying for an undefeated season.
You had so many great wins. Do you think that was the greatest win of your career?
There's a lot of them. To be honest, I mean, there's a lot of times when when I was in Jacksonville in '96, Elway was the quarterback in Denver. We go up there and win. Who the heck is this team? What are they doing in this thing? And obviously that was a memorable win. I remember being at Boston College and beating Notre Dame when they were #1 in the country. And of course, the championship games going to the Super Bowls provided us with tremendous coaching opportunities. You remember San Francisco in Super Bowl 46? Yeah. When, as a coach, you can imagine what I did, walked into the first team meeting the following year. We won the game with 2 strips on special teams. we knocked the ball out of the punt returner's hands and kicked 2 field goals to win the game. I mean, that was a game. You know what was proven that day? You wonder why the relationship with Eli is so strong. Mm-hmm. Eli got him. He got knocked down more than, and he got up every time. And his toughness was established once and for all and forever in that game. So there's a lot of fun and a lot of great memories.
Now, has your face thawed since the Green Bay game? I mean,
the
plenty of time in Florida now.
Yeah, the redness has kind of come down. You know, and to be honest with you, you know the stories, but I go out pregame. It's pregame. You know what? I don't have to worry about much. No gloves, a baseball cap. You know, nothing out of the normal. I'm out there 5 seconds, and I said to myself, how in the hell am I going to get in there after this warm-up period is over? But the second half, I didn't feel a thing. You know, we just went out and played.
Coach, we can't thank you enough. Best to you and your family. Stay well, stay safe, and best of luck with the Jay Fund.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you having me on. Have a good day.
All right, former Giants coach Tom Coughlin. When we come back on the MSG 150 at home presented by Chase, back with Wally and John to talk about rookie seasons. Coach knows all about that. We'll talk about ours when we come back right after this.